Hello students, welcome to fifth lecture of electrochemistry. In previous lecture we discussed about Nernst equation which is used to calculate cell potential for non-standard condition. That means for standard condition all the concentrations will be 1 molar and if gases are used then pressure of gas will be 1 bar. And if we talk about practicality, then we know that we do not use exact 1 molar concentrations each and every time. That means non-standard condition. If concentrations are more or less than 1 molar, if pressures of gases used are more or less than 1 bar, then what will be the cell potential? So you can calculate that using Nernst equation. One numerical is mentioned, so check it yourself. If you find any difficulty, then we will discuss it in detail. So our first numerical example number 3.1 is mentioned along with the solution. So still if you find any difficulty, then feel free to ask. Now let us move on our next point, equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. Now we know that equilibrium constant is concentration of product upon concentration of reactant at equilibrium. So we need equilibrium conditions to calculate equilibrium constant. So let us discuss how can we find value of equilibrium constant using Nernst equation. So here example is mentioned and it is familiar example, copper zinc cell, that means Daniell cell. We know the reaction Zn and Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus and Cu metal. Now takes place and as the time passes the concentration of Zn2 plus keeps on increasing while the concentration of Cu2 plus keeps on decreasing. That means our reactants concentration decreases and products concentration increases. Now no need to talk about zinc metal and copper metal because as we know they are solid and in calculation they are considered as a unity. So they do not make any difference. So that's why our main product will be Zn2 plus and main reactant will be Cu2 plus. At the same time, voltage of the cell as read on the voltmeter keeps on decreasing. Now if you draw a graph of concentration versus time, suppose on y-axis we have concentration, on z-axis we have time. Now initially rate of reaction will be faster and concentration changes will be comparatively faster, and as the time passes this change decreases or speed of reaction decreases until it reaches to the equilibrium, and at equilibrium it will be constant. So suppose if you want to talk about concentration of reactant, then initially it will be highest. Let us say at C concentration and time is equal to 0. Initially decrease in the concentration of reactant will be comparatively faster, then it will slow down and eventually it will reach to the equilibrium and no change in concentration afterwards observed. So this point is equilibrium point. Similarly, initially concentration of product will be 0 and when we start the reaction it will increase faster in earlier periods and later it will slow down until it reaches to the equilibrium point and then it will remain constant. Okay, so in short, earlier reactions are faster and later it will slow down and eventually it will reach at 0. So which can be seen from this representation. Now same thing happens with our cell. In initial period, change in the concentration of Cu2 plus and Zn2 plus will be comparatively more and later it will slow down until it reaches to the equilibrium. And after equilibrium, concentrations do not change. So faster reaction, that means more number of electrons will be transferred in earlier stage and later as the reaction slow down, number of electrons also decreases. That's why voltage keeps on decreasing. Okay, so this is the reason why voltage decreases afterward. So after some time we shall note that there is no charge in the concentration, no change in the concentration of Cu2 plus and Zn2 plus ions, and at the same time voltmeter gives 0 reading. This indicates that equilibrium has been attained, and in this situation Nernst equation may be written as. So equation is mentioned below and we need to talk some about it. So as we can see in this equation, cell potential is mentioned 0. this is exactly the same equation mentioned above. Okay, so this is the same Nernst equation. Now at given concentration, our voltmeter gives 0 reading, that means cell potential is equal to 0. But keep in mind, standard cell potential is a constant value, it do not change. So E cell is equal to 0, and that means standard cell potential minus 2.303 RT upon 2F into log concentration of product upon concentration of reactant. Both of them will be equal, okay, because E cell minus this whole term is equal to 0. So it means both of them are equal. E cell is equal to 2.303 RT upon 2F into log Zn2 plus upon Cu2 plus. Now concentration of zinc, that means product upon concentration of copper, that means reactant at equilibrium, because our voltmeter shows 0 reading and there is no change in concentration of Zn plus 2 or Cu plus 2. That means equilibrium is attained. So concentration of product upon concentration of reactant at equilibrium, that means it is constant Kc. So the concentration of zinc upon concentration of copper is equal to equilibrium constant Kc, because right now we are talking about equilibrium state. Okay, equilibrium is established, and if equilibrium is attained, then cell potential will be 0 always. So now we can replace concentration of zinc upon copper with equilibrium constant Kc. So at 298 Kelvin temperature and remaining values as discussed earlier, 2.303 RT upon F, if T is equal to 298, then it will be 0.059. Okay, so earlier calculated value. So we can put this in our equation. So our equation will be E cell is equal to 0.059 upon 2 into log Kc, which is equal to 1.1. Now 1.1 is standard cell potential of copper zinc cell or Daniell cell, which is already discussed in earlier topics. So that's why E cell standard cell potential is equal to 1.1 volt. So we can calculate Kc from this equation afterward. So log Kc is equal to 37.288, or log Kc is equal to antilog of 37.288, that means 2 multiplied by 10 raised to 37 at 298 Kelvin temperature or at given temperature. So equation 3.14 represents a relationship between standard cell potential and equilibrium constant. Okay, so just remember this equation. If a question is asked about this type of calculation, that means either you want to find equilibrium constant from given value of standard cell potential, or you need to find standard cell potential from the given value of equilibrium constant, then you can use this equation and you can calculate it. And the other thing, also remember that 2.303 RT upon F is equal to 0.059. It will reduce time for the calculation. Okay, so just remember 2.303 RT divided by F is equal to 0.059. So thus, if calculation of equilibrium constant is difficult, then you can calculate it using this method. Now why it feels difficult? So simple example is, here concentration of product upon reactant ratio is 2 into 10 raised to 37. That means concentration of product upon reactant at equilibrium has such a high value, and high value represents value of product will be extremely high and value of reactant will be extremely low, so low that you cannot even measure it. Okay, so if equilibrium constant is so high as mentioned here, 2 into 10 raised to 37, it is very large number. Okay, it is even larger than 1 mole quantity. So that's why it is very hard to measure concentration of reactant, because it will be extremely low in compared to product, and you cannot even measure it. That's why it is hard to calculate equilibrium constant using concentration method. That means you cannot measure concentration of product and concentration of reactant in the same solution if reactant solution is extremely low, and if you cannot measure it, then you cannot calculate it. So it is hard to use that method, but it is comparatively easy to use this equation. All you have to do is find the cell potential and then calculate, and you will find the value of log Kc. Okay, so it will be lot easier. So example is mentioned. Let us talk about this example so that we can clarify our point. Reaction is mentioned for copper silver cell. So initially we have copper metal and silver ions. Later you will get copper ions and silver metal. In this reaction, 2 electron transfer takes place. So it is the value of N. Okay. Now as mentioned earlier, 2.303 RT upon F is equal to 0.059. So you can directly place it. And number of electron transferred during the reaction is 2. So 2 is mentioned here. And log Kc, we need to find it. Standard cell potential for this given cell is 0.46. You can get this value from the table mentioned earlier, table with reduction potential values. Okay, you can directly use that and then you can find it. So in this case, copper oxidizes, so copper will be our anode, and silver is reduced, so silver will be our cathode. So find the value, reduction potential value of silver, which will be cathode, minus put the value of copper, which will be anode, and you will get your value, which is mentioned here, 0.46 volt. So it is our standard cell potential. That means log Kc is equal to 0.46 multiplied by 2 divided by 0.059, which is equal to 15.6. And antilog of 15.6 is equal to 3.92 multiplied by 10 raised to 15. Again, this is also a very high value. So this large number indicates most of the reactant will convert in product and you will get good amount of yield. Okay, so this is how you can calculate equilibrium constant. Now if you find any difficulty in first or this second example, feel free to ask. We will discuss it in detail and we will meet in next lecture. Thank you.